Jan Nappage here, Food System Specialist with the Nutrition Education Program with UK Cooperative Extension. And today we're going to talk about an introduction to fall gardening. So you might ask me why we are planning for a fall garden when it is hot and humid at the beginning of August. Well, if you've ever grown a garden, you might know that you have to start planning for a garden weeks to months in advance. So right now is the perfect opportunity, the perfect time to begin planning for your fall garden. So you might ask, what vegetables can I grow in the fall in Kentucky? Well, there are plenty of them and they are delicious and nutritious. So just a short list would be broccoli, cauliflower, kale, cabbage, carrots, mustard greens. There is a list of veggies provided at the end of this video, so make sure you pause or screenshot when you get there. So some questions I like to encourage folks to ask themselves before they begin planning their garden. First and foremost, what do I like to eat? And then second, what do my family and friends like to eat? And go from there. You want to plant things that you're going to eat or those around you are going to enjoy. Second, how much space do I have to grow in this fall? Are you growing in a container on a deck or a porch? Are you growing it in a raised bed? Are you growing right in the ground in your backyard? That's going to determine how many veggies you can grow and how much of them you can grow. So just take that into account when you do your planning. Also, some tips I like to share with folks before they begin actually putting seeds in the ground. One, you want to make sure that you make a garden map. So just a regular sheet of paper, notebook paper, computer paper, pencil, pen, and you're just going to sketch out where you're growing. So if, let's say it's a raised bed, you draw the raised bed and you want to make sure you mark on your sheet of paper each row and what you planted in it. A backup to that, in case you lose the sheet of paper, hopefully you won't, but in case you do, it's also a good idea to use something like a popsicle stick and a permanent marker. Write the veggies on them and stick those right in the ground. But make sure that you use something like clear packing tape. Put that around your popsicle stick to ensure that it is waterproof, because no matter what, even if you use permanent marker, eventually the rain's gonna win. So those are your two things to do to make sure you know what you grew. And that's mostly important when the plants are little and you need to identify them, maybe to thin them. So that leads us into our next thing. If you are going to direct seed your fall garden plants, I like to encourage folks to overseed. So that would be putting seeds pretty close together in your row and then coming back when the plants have emerged and they're 1 to 1.5 inches tall, to then go through and thin them out to the appropriate space. And that's to make sure that you don't overcrowd your plants, that they can grow to be healthy, mature plants ready to be eaten. When they're crowded, sometimes that can promote pests and other diseases. So just make sure that you're mindful of that. And if you do overseed, you get back to that garden and thin them out eventually. So this is just the beginning. I encourage you to research online and or look up your local cooperative extension office and reach out to an extension agent, and they'll be able to provide more advice and also more resources for fall gardening. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I am excited to see what everyone grows, so happy gardening.